Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So first things first, I'm sorry that I'm wearing the same exact thing that I was wearing in my last video. I am pre-filming today, so forgive me. But today I am filming another installment of my Wants, Thoughts, and I Think Not series. And this is going to be again on a lot of the new makeup releases coming out. A lot of them are going to be holiday releases and a lot of them are going to be permanent releases. Some limited edition, some not. You get the drill. Basically what I'm going to do is tell you about the launch, how much it costs, when it's coming out, blah blah blah, and whether or not I'm buying it and why or why not. But anyways, let's just get into the video. I have my laptop in front of me and we are looking at the Trend Mood Instagram. First thing that I'm seeing is the Marc Jacobs mystery bag. They have two different mystery bags, which one is $29 and has a $46 value. And one is $49 with a $101 value. Basically what it is, it's supposed to be a surprise. They say it can contain anything for the lips, nails, eyes, face, lashes, etc. This is not something I'm interested in. I just do not like surprises, especially when it comes to makeup. I want to make sure I'm buying something that I like and something that I can return and something that I'm not wasting my money on. I definitely understand the appeal to it, but it's just not for me. And I think if I'm going to spend any money on Marc Jacobs, I want it to be on something that I know that I want and I know that I'm getting and not surprise myself. Another new palette that just came out is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I'm actually not looking at it or anything, so I don't know the price. I do know that it just released. I believe it's in the $50 range, but I will not be picking that up. I don't have any drama against Kat Von D. I do like her eyeshadows, but from looking at it, I just don't like the color range. I actually don't like the packaging either. I think it's way too bulky, and I feel like I'd have a hard time storing it in my collection. And it just doesn't go with my room and my appeal, so it's just not something that I'd probably display either. When it comes to eyeshadows, I don't want to be confused when I'm looking at my palette. I just talked about in my loves and letdowns for September that I don't even like the Mega Pro 4 from Lorac because I'm confused when I look at it. I don't know what to do, and I end up just going for a simple basic look when I want to explore because I don't know what to do with the palette and I get scared, you know? So just moving on from that one. So new from Wet n Wild, they are coming out with a 10-piece professional brush kit for $30. I believe that it's already available in Walgreens stores, and I'm not sure if it's limited edition. I'm going to check on their website, and if I find that it is, I will throw it up in text right here. And I do love Wet n Wild brushes. I've recently fallen in love with their highlight brush, their powder brush, their blush brush, their contour brush. I really like their makeup brushes. So this is something I'm definitely keeping my eye on. It might go on my Christmas list. I might buy it for myself, but they're really, really affordable brushes. The kit itself looks really usable, and like I will actually use most of the brushes, so that's really good. The fact that it's pretty affordable doesn't hurt, and it actually might be a good gift for a friend. So who knows, I might be picking one or two of those up. So it looks like Huda Beauty is coming out with a foundation. It is called the Faux Filter Foundation, which kind of sounds a little knockoff of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation, but you know, I'm sure it's something like that. It has 30 shades, which is actually 10 less than the Fenty Beauty Foundation, and it retails for $40. I'm not really sure if I'm interested in picking this one up. I'm not a huge fan of Huda Beauty for no particular reason. Her brand just doesn't excite me. I've never been into her eyeshadow palettes or her liquid lipsticks or her eyelashes for that matter. So if it gets really good reviews, I might, but I'm trying to be a little bit more smart with my consuming and my spending right now. The shade range does look really nice and inclusive. Of course, they can always be larger, but I understand why they're not. But since I am loving the Fenty Beauty foundation so much recently, it's really going to take a lot for a foundation to push me off of that one. So Morphe Brushes is coming out with their 3502 palette, and I'm just going to say right now that I will not be picking this one up. I do have the original 350, the 350S, and the 350M, so the matte and shimmer palettes as well as the original, but I honestly don't even like their eyeshadows all that much. I think I just have an issue with larger eyeshadow palettes that have a lot of shades. They're really appealing at first because they always seem like really good deals, but once you actually get it in your hands, it's like you don't even know what to do with it. So I do have so many of the Morphe palettes. I have all the 350s as well as the 35R. I don't reach for them all that often because they are kind of bulky and I just don't know what to do with them. And honestly, I do like the original 350 better than the 3502. It has a lot more neutral shades. They're not as dark and not as vibrant, not as dramatic. And the 3502 does not really have lighter range shades for like brow bone all over the lid. It doesn't look like it, at least. So I will be passing on that, but if you do love the Morphe formula and you're in love with the 350, I'd recommend maybe checking it out and seeing if it works for you. So e.l.f. Cosmetics is coming out with a collaboration with ThatsHeart here on YouTube, and it is going to be a highlight duo. Obviously, since it's a duo, it contains two highlights. One is a rose gold highlight and one is a champagne highlight. It's going to be sold for $8 and will be available on October 4th on the e.l.f. Cosmetics website. I have a hard time purchasing from the e.l.f. website unless I'm purchasing a lot, because that's usually when you can stack on coupon codes and all that. So I might be picking that up if I can kind of figure more things that I want to. Probably not right now because I'm short on money and I need to wait for a paycheck to come in. But I love supporting YouTuber collaborations. I love seeing what other creators come up with, especially when it is such a big brand like e.l.f. So we'll just have to wait and see, but I definitely am interested and definitely want to support ThatsHeart. So Jeffree Star Cosmetics is coming out with a mini nude liquid lipstick set. It includes 7 shades for about half the original size, a little bit less than half, and it is retailing for $52. I won't be picking this up because I actually have most of the nude lipsticks that are included in the set, and I just can't rationalize spending money on shades that I already have in mini form. It just doesn't make sense. I obviously back here have a large Jeffree Star collection, but I also don't really like liquid lipsticks all that much, or at least I just am moving on from his formula. I also just don't like lipsticks that much, period, so, you know, it's a thing. If you are a fan of Jeffree Star, a fan of his liquid lipstick formula, or you want to try out his formula, this might be a good chance, especially if you are a nude lover. For $52, you're getting 7 shades, which is a pretty good deal, especially because with liquid lipsticks, you probably won't go through them so fast. But again, personally, I will be passing on this one. So on October 13th, which is actually a Friday the 13th, the Laura Lee Cat's Pajamas eyeshadow palette will be launching. It contains 10 shades and is retailing for $40. It's a pretty warm tone / rosy tone neutral eyeshadow palette, which is actually really pretty, and I do love the packaging. I have been a pretty big fan of Laura in the past. I'm also kind of growing away from her. She's kind of just starting to annoy me a little bit, but honestly, I can deal with it because I know I'm annoying too. If I can manage to afford it when it launches, I will definitely be picking it up. I'm sure that since it's going to be a pretty big launch, they're probably going to sell out really quickly, so there's probably going to be a second launch after that, which if I can't get it the first time, I'll pick it up then. Like I said, I love supporting YouTuber collaborations and definitely want to support a YouTuber brand, which is fantastic. It is cruelty-free and vegan, which is also great. Since there aren't any reviews out from people that aren't Laura's friends right now, I obviously do want to get my hands on it pretty quick and see what I think of it. But I also don't want to be disappointed with the purchase, so we'll have to wait and see. I do want to get it for the first launch, but it just is a matter of whether I have money to or not at the time. It looks like Anastasia is releasing another eyeshadow palette, so this one is called the Prism eyeshadow palette. The packaging does look similar to the Modern Renaissance and the Subculture, which are both permanent, so it kind of surprises me that this one's limited edition. It probably won't be, they'll probably bring it back, but you know, we never know with that one. It does contain 14 shades and retail for $42, just like the other two palettes. This one does contain a few more shimmers though, and they actually look a bit more metallic than just shimmers. The overall shade range doesn't really excite me, but I feel like it would be a really good addition if you have the two other palettes, which I do, and I do love the formula of both, even though they're very different. I actually do like the Subculture palette, which I know is probably an unpopular opinion. And it is launching on their website on October 2nd, which is the day this is going up, and the day after October 3rd on the Sephora website. Since I can't afford it right now, I'm just hoping that it stays in stock, or maybe I can get it for Christmas or something like that. But I am interested in it, but I'm also kind of concerned with how the formula is going to come out this time. I feel like because there's so much drama behind the Subculture, they might try and change the formula again, which I hope they don't because I actually like that formula. And I have seen some swatches as well. They look really nice, so this is definitely a want on my list. Anyways, I feel like I've covered a lot of products and a lot of releases now. Most of these actually didn't turn out to be holiday releases. Of course, let me know your guys' opinions on some of the products I mentioned in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like me or you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.